Maybe the Lakers are waiting for a player like that, somebody they can sign that made under 12.9 million, as they are limited to that, or simply a better option than what's currently on the open market, as right now there's not much out there. If we're talking about centers, and I know a lot of you want to talk about them and maybe sign one, the only real notable name out there, and if you want to call it that, would happen to be former Laker Mo Bamba, and with them having plenty of opportunity to sign him, and they still haven't done it, I'd say they probably don't want to and are not really planning to. But then a different option might be a guy like Bismack Biyombo. I've seen a little bit of chatter about that. Lately he got picked up by San Antonio on a 10-day contract, but up until this point, they have not signed him to a new 10-day contract. If you're not aware, you can sign a player to not only one 10-day contract, but actually two of them. And with Bismack Biyombo, the Spurs have yet to do that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going completely out of my way to sign in a 32-year-old Bismack Biyombo. Yes, he might be a notable name from a well-known standpoint, has been in the league for about 10 to 12 years at this point, so yeah, obviously we know him, we know the name, and he might be able to help them, but definitely not a guarantee at this point. Not the guy that he once was, not the productive, very active rebounder and rim protector, still a decent rebounder and rim protector, but definitely not a guarantee to be much better than what they have, or even better than anyone they do currently have at center. I'm definitely not opposed to it for a 10-day contract, but I'm definitely not signing him to a standard contract. I gotta see what he looks more like and how he looks in their system, in their defensive scheme, and how he would play within it. And maybe with a 10-day contract, I would be open to that, but definitely not signing him to a standard contract or waiving somebody just to sign Bismack Biyombo. If not for Bismack Biyombo though, maybe taking a chance on a lesser known player, a G League player, and one of my favorite options for that with a 10-day contract could be a guy like Jamarian Sharp. I've talked about him before, and for good reason too, showing plenty of talent and plenty of rim protection and lob threat ability in the G League, currently averaging about 7 points per game, but then with 3.2 blocks per game, top 5 in the G League at this point, in only about 25 minutes per game, or per 36-minute average, nearly 5 blocks per game. And yes, we're obviously talking about the G League here, that won't completely transfer to the NBA, but definitely does have plenty of rim protection ability, plenty of lob threat ability, is 7'5", fans like to hear that and really like to factor in the height here, with a very good wingspan and plenty of height and length to go with him, to go with that rim protection and lob threat ability. Might be a fun option, hasn't gotten an opportunity yet in the NBA, so who knows, it might go great, it might go terrible, but for only a 10-day contract there's really not much downside here, so I would take a look at Jamarian Sharp. After him though, definitely think about a guy like Stanley Johnson for example, another guy brought up and definitely a good option for a 10-day contract. I mean, he's a guy that's played for their team, has been proven to work with a guy like LeBron James and Austin Reeves. Whether you're talking about a small ball lineup with him playing the 4 or 5, yes, he has shown the ability to do it and fairly well at times too, or with him playing small forward, even shooting guard at times, primarily on defense and taking on that matchup, can truly match up 1 through 4 and sometimes 1 through 5, so plenty of like with him. Then with improved 3-point shooting lately, whether you're talking about his last NBA stint with San Antonio, shooting 45% from beyond the arc, albeit in a limited volume and in a limited amount of games. But then in the G League, currently shooting very well with their G League team, about 46%, or during international play in the Turkish League, shot about 45% again, so showing improvement. You know, will that translate to the NBA or not, who knows, but has been showing 3-point shooting improvement lately. We know about the defense, he's been with their team, a part of their franchise before, so definitely would give some consideration at Stanley Johnson, whether it be for a 10-day contract to start out with, or eventually for their 15-man roster. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one, and if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.